bad. It's a very hurtful stereotype. Oh, yeah! Give me that! Oh, get out of here. What? Out of Helheim, I told you. We're going out of Helheim with the ship. It's magic. Magic! It's a game. You would not trust magic? Yes, because we're in Helheim. Literal Norse Helheim. Because it's Helheim. Because it's hellfire. Because it's magic. The game is called God of War. You kill gods. No, they're Draugr. Yeah? No, that's like a giant or something. To get out of Helheim! Listen, you gotta try to get out of Helheim. You can't walk. You can't simply walk out of Helheim. Yeah, but it's still flying. Yeah, because they're trying to stop us from getting out of Helheim. Magic. You don't have to understand. You just have to do. No, you can't. You can't simply walk out of Helheim. A bicycle. Bicycles aren't invented yet. It's Viking times. Yes, but they haven't invented. It would be smart to have a bicycle. Does that look like a guy who can invent a bicycle? Yeah, but his son is a little shit. Yes, but right now he's being a little shit. He's slowly getting better, but... No, they're trying to find a place to spread the mother's ashes. I can't explain how they ended up in Helheim. That would take hours. uh, when you want to get out of Helheim, exactly. You need a flying ship to get out of Helheim, Alice. That's how it works. It doesn't have to make sense. It's magic.
What about if you get a magic bicycle?
There's no. You can't use magic on things that doesn't exist yet. Bicycles don't exist yet.
You're smart enough.
Yeah, I'm smart enough, but game mechanics doesn't allow me to build a bicycle. It's not MacGyver of War, it's God of War.
That will be my game.
MacGyver of War? No, but MacGyver doesn't like guns. Guns.
But he doesn't need to if he's biking away.
But why would he be called MacGyver of War if MacGyver doesn't like guns? He would never have anything to do with a war. Yeah, but then it wouldn't be called MacGyver of War, it would be called MacGyver of making a bicycle and running away. This is why I need a microphone that can pick up all the sound in this room. No, that's obvious that you don't understand. Oh, Mr. Alls, it's good to see you. Oh. It's not Scandinavian logic dominant, or it's Lady Sept logic, it's girlfriend logic. And in the face of that, nobody stands a chance. How would they have a scooter if bicycles haven't been invented yet?
Maybe he's like part Italian. Maybe his mom is 50% Italian.
Kratos is Greek!
That's a good start.
And the mom is Nordic, and the kid is Nordic.
That's bad.
Why is that? Why is that bad? Why is it? Is it bad to be Nordic?
Regarding the bicycle and the invention of the wheel.
The bicycle was not. That was invented in Britain, wasn't it?
Well, then they're fucked.
Yes! That's why they used the ship! Get it? The magical ship to take them out of the magical place.
With bad people on it.
Yes, because there are bad people in Helheim.
But there's like broken.
Yeah, now it is because it's under attack. You need to defend the ship.
It was broken when you started.
It was. You weren't even here when it started. It was a perfectly fine vessel before.
What did you do?
I did nothing. There were hooks coming out from somewhere.
Yeah, where?
Probably the giant.
See?
What do you mean see? That's why we're trying to get away.
Yeah, but the giant is gonna destroy the ship that he knows the ship.
And then we might try to walk out.
Smart.
Yes, it's plan B.
Let's see the bicycle.
There's no bicycle.
That's how you're gonna die. There's no bicycle.
Yeah, let's find out. Is she wine drunk? No, she's just Sunday chill. Why don't you just use an airplane? Because it hasn't been invented yet!
Good point. Or a helicopter.
A helicopter!
You know, one of those like one-person helicopters.
No!
Where you hold on like this and then
You mean a paracopter? They go. So Kratos, the god of war, would go. They would be out of there. Ugh. I'm gonna play the game now.
Okay. Have one more question.
One more question, okay.
I don't ask.
Yes. He's covered in tattoos.
Now coming on a bicycle.
It's not a giant, it's a troll, and it's not a fucking bicycle!
It's gonna down. I'm gonna lose it.
The giant is not on a bike, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use the giant as my personal bicycle, okay? And then you'll be all happy, okay? See now? See? There's your fucking bicycle. See? You see the bicycle? And that's what we do with bicycles. Bicycles. What? The giant had no butt? It's because we didn't hit it in the butt. We weren't behind it. You never saw its butt.
Not a butt. You were behind it.
Yeah, so it had a butt?
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
How would it poop?
I don't think
Exactly.
so.
No, everybody poops, and you have to have a butt to poop. Ergo, the troll has a butt. Yes, don't shame trolls for having flat booties. That's not nice. They have short legs. Didn't you see? That was all upper body. Don't shame the itty bitty booty committee. Be nice. Be nice to the buttless trolls.
Well, you killed him.
Yes, so he wouldn't have to go through life with a small butt.
You said it. You said it.
You're shaming him for the small butt. I used him as a bicycle and then I chopped his face off. Who's the real villain here? You are. You're body shaming trolls. Yes, and that's why I killed him. But I didn't shame him for not having a butt before I killed him. See the difference?
No.
Yes, I'm going to play. And now I have to do 10 squats because of the booty talk.